A mother and her teen daughter arrive at the doctor's office. The doctor says, "Okay, what seems to be the problem?" The mother says, "It's my daughter Susie. She keeps getting these cravings. She's putting on weight and is sick most mornings." The doctor gives Susie a good examination and then turns to the mother and says, "Well, I don't know how to tell you this, but Susie is pregnant. About 4 months would be my guess." The mother says, "Pregnant? She can't be. She has never ever been left alone with a man. Have you, Susie?" Susie says, "No, Mom. I've never even kissed a man." The doctor walks over to the window and just stares out of it. A few moments later, the mother says, "Is there something wrong out there, doctor?" The doctor replies, "No, not really. It's just that the last time something like this happened, a star appeared in the east, and 3 wise men came over the hill. I'll be darned if I'm going to miss it this time." A man sitting at a bar after work shares with the bartender why he is looking so stressed. "I'm not sleeping well. I have nightmares about a monster under my bed, and I am too embarrassed to seek help." A patron nearby overhears this and introduces himself. "I overheard your story, and I am a psychiatrist. Maybe I can help. The first thing is you recognize these are only dreams, and that is obvious, so I should be able to help you in a few sessions. Here's my card, give me a call." A few weeks pass, and the same two are once again at the bar after work. The psychiatrist says to the other guy, "Hi, how goes the nightmares? I never heard from you, so I hope you're doing okay." The other guy says, "Things are great. The bartender helped me." Psychiatrist, "The bartender helped you? You needed a trained professional to help you. What possibly could a bartender do that a psychiatrist couldn't?" The other guy says, "He told me to saw the legs off my bed." A well-dressed lawyer went into a bar for a martini and found himself beside a scrungy-looking drunk who kept mumbling and studying something in his hand. The attorney leaned closer while the drunk held the tiny object up to the light, slurring, "Well, it looks like plastic." Then he rolled it between his fingers, adding, "But it feels like rubber." Curious, the lawyer asked, "What do you have there, mister?" The drunk stammered, "Damn if I know, but it looks like plastic and feels like rubber." The lawyer said, "Let me take a look," and the drunk handed it over. The attorney rolled it between his thumb and fingers, then examined it closely. "Yeah, it does look like plastic and feel like rubber, but I don't know what it is. Where did you get anyway?" The drunk replied, "Out of my nose." A woman had 8 children, all of them boys. So, one day a magazine sent a journalist to her house for an interview. He asked her about the boys and what their names were. She said, "Johnny." "Right," he said. "What about that blonde one over there?" "Johnny," she said. "Oh, and the tall one with the freckles?" "Johnny," she said. "Well, and the little chubby one with the baseball cap?" "Johnny," she said. "Are all your boys called Johnny?" he asked. "Isn't that terribly complicated?" "Not all," she said. "It makes everything very easy, actually. When I shout, 'Johnny, tea is ready,' they all come. When I say, 'Johnny, it is time for bed,' they all go to bed." "I see. But what if you want only one of them?" "No problem," she answers. "Then I call them by their surnames." An old mountaineer and his young ex-wife were fighting over custody of their children. The mother protested that since she brought her kids into this world, she should retain custody of them. The judge asked the old mountaineer for his side of the story. After a long moment of silence, the mountaineer rose from his chair and asked, "Judge, when I put a quarter in a candy machine and a candy bar comes out, does it belong to me or the machine?" For 2 solid hours, the lady sitting next to a man on an airplane had told him about her grandchildren. She had even produced a plastic fold-out photo album of all 9 of the children. She finally realized that she had dominated the entire conversation on her grandchildren. "Oh, I've done all the talking and I'm so sorry. I know you certainly have something to say. Please, tell me, what do you think of my grandchildren?" A couple with 3 children waited in line at San Francisco's Pier 41 to purchase tickets for a boat trip to Alcatraz. Others watched with varying degrees of sympathy and irritation as the young children fidgeted, whined, and punched one another. The frazzled parents reprimanded them to no avail. Finally, they reached the ticket window. "5 tickets, please," the father said. 2 round trip, 3 one-way. Joe decides to take his boss Phil to play 9 holes on their lunch. While both men are playing excellently, they're often held up by 2 women in front of them moving at a very slow pace. Joe offers to talk to the women and see if they can speed it up a bit. He gets about half of the way there, stops, and jogs back. His boss asks what the problem is. "Well, one of those women is my wife and the other my mistress," complained Joe. Phil just shook his head at Joe and started toward the women, determined to finish his round of golf. Preparing to ask the ladies to speed up their game, he too stopped short and turned around. Joe asked, "What's wrong?" "It's a small world, Joe, and you're fired." A married man was visiting his mistress when she requested that he shave his beard. "Oh, James, I like your beard, but I would really love to see your handsome face." James replied, "My wife loves this beard. I couldn't possibly do it. She *LL me." "Oh, please," the girlfriend asked again, in a sexy little voice. "Oh, really, I can't," he replies. "My wife loves this beard." The girlfriend asked once more, and he sighs and finally gives in. That night, James crawls into bed with his wife while she's sleeping. The wife is awakened somewhat, feels his face, and replies, "Oh, Michael, you shouldn't be here. My husband will be home soon." As a man grew a beard, his wife said, "That beard looks ugly." He replied, "I'm growing a beard to keep the girls away." She laughed. "There aren't any girls around." "There," he quipped. "It's working already." A new widow requested the epitaph, "Rest in peace," for her husband's tombstone. When she later found he had left his fortune to his mistress, she attempted to get the engraver to change the carving. This was impossible. The words were chiseled and could not be changed. "In that case," she said, "please add till we meet again." Once a drunk husband arrived late at his home. He rang the bell. "Wife, where have you been till this late?" "I'm not going to open the door. Sleep outside on the road tonight." There was a well beside their house. "Husband, I'll jump into a well if you don't open the door." "Wife, do whatever you have to do. I won't open the door tonight." Husband picks a big stone and throws it into the well. Wife opens the door and runs towards the well. Husband enters the house and locks it from inside. Wife, open the door, otherwise I'll shout, and people will gather here. Husband, let them gather. I'll ask you in front of them where you are coming from this late, and that too in nightwear.